And you, sir, have another one you'd like to mention that you wrote a review for, right?
I do.
I believe the band goes by the name Brendon Small's Galaktikon.
Yes. I think we both have a lot to say about this one. Brendon Small's Galaktikon. You know who's in this band? Brendon Small. So, if you don't know who Brendon Small is, I mean, I don't know, maybe your name's Brian.
Yeah.
You just don't care. But regardless of that, if you don't know who Brendon Small is, you obviously don't watch Metalocalypse, you obviously don't give a shit about Deathclock, you obviously will not die for Deathclock.
Yeah.
I think we both would.
Yep.
Brendon Small is the mastermind behind all things Metalocalypse, and he is stepping away from Deathclock for just a moment.
Just a moment.
So it would seem, to record his new album by Brendon Small's Galaktikon. It is a high-stakes intergalactic thrill ride, and I think that is the perfect description.
I was going to say that's
album.
that's a good description.
Everything's got a very space age feel.
Yep.
There's some synths in there, some keys.
Yep.
And mainly, the big thing to note is Brendon Small is one of the best guitar players I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
Gene the Machine Hoglan, is a fucking beast on the drums.
Yeah.
And Brian Beller, we had the chance to meet him when they toured with Mastodon. This motherfucker put down some of the best bass lines I've ever heard.
Yeah, they really are insane. They really gave him a spot on this album.
Yep.
To shine, because the bass lines alone are so catchy and have you humming along the entire time throughout the whole album.
We'll get into some specifics on that in a couple of minutes here. Yeah. But I mean, it just absolutely blows.
Blues.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I cannot even describe to you how awesome this album is. And I thought we both knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
Because it's Brendon Small. But I am absolutely 100% convinced that come the end of the year, this is going to be in my top 5 albums of the year.
Absolutely.
So let's get into a couple specifics here. First of all, the first specific we want to mention is that this is our band of the month.
Supply,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't ignore this fucking album. We just couldn't.
Nope.
So let's just go not track by track, but blow by blow here. When you start off with a song like Triton, it's fucking great. It kind of sets the space mood, and everything is there. And I mean, the lyrics are awesome. His vocals are surprisingly fucking great.
Yeah, it really threw me off. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know what to expect. Really, I was assuming it's going to be some sort of growling, kind of like Nathan Explosion,
Yep, but
I couldn't picture any other type of vocal coming out of him,
But there's none of that. It's all clean singing, which is amazing. He does it in so many ways. He kind of does like, the raspy growls, not growls, but like just raspy singing.
Yeah, like a harsh.
Yep, perfect harmonies. Yeah. There are parts. It's going to be impossible for anyone to listen to this album and not try to make a comparison to Deathclock. It's just not possible, and I think that's understandable. But while the music does have that Deathclock vibe, because it was done in, off time from Deathclock recording sessions, and obviously Gene Hoglan is part of that.
Yeah,
Brian Beller is a part of that.
They're still wrapped up in playing that a lot.
You'll hear some similarities, but the vocals, we talked about this, you almost hear Pickles the drummer vocals.
Yeah.
And there are parts where I hear Dr. Roxo.
Yeah.
Like classic metal vocals.
Yeah, yep.
And he just does everything so well. Now, so Triton's great. Yeah. Prophecy of the Laser Witch, fucking unbelievable.
That song I can't get past. There are times where I'll jump right to that song and just let it play from there.
It's fucking great, but track number 3 is where this shit just gets fucking real.
Yeah.
And this is when keeping it real goes right. Tell us about Beastblade.
Yeah, Beastblade is insane, and it changes up so much from just the first 2 tracks that it's a lot. It's slower, and it's got completely different vocals.
Yep.
And that you'll find this throughout the whole album too. It's not just this one, but he sings at like a low end, a very low tone voice of his that he brings up when it goes into the chorus. But it's just I don't know. It doesn't sound like the same guy. It doesn't even sound like the same guy from track 2 to track 3. It's
but that song is so slow and deliberate, and
it's
just
so
kind of
catchy.
And that's the one you're gonna have your fist in the air.
Yeah.
And then when he hits one of the choruses and he starts singing, woo, woo, and every fucking person listening to this album is singing along. That part has not passed without me singing along at least once.
Seriously,
it is fucking amazing. It's so catchy.
Do you remember? I don't know if we ever talked about it with the guy with
the guys,
with you guys. The podcast. But do you remember the guy that was dancing at the Mastodon concert?
Yep.
Now this song is his song right here. Yep. He would be shaking his arms to this song for sure.
And you know what the best part of that song is? You know, you go through it, so it's so slow, so deliberate. The vocals are catchy. Yeah. The bass line in the outro is just fucking unreal. Mm-hmm. I just like, what the fuck?
That one specifically is a bass line that really jumps out.
That is a fucking killer, man. But I mean, you move through this album, there's not a bad song on this album. Not one. Not even one where you go like, I could do without it. Because each song has something that's so unique and so uniquely Brendon Small. Right. Because the lyrics are, they have that space age feel, but some of them are actually pretty, like, forgive the pun, but down to earth. I mean, Truth Orb and the Kill Pool. That's another great one.
Yeah.
You Can't Run Away, which has a really, really catchy chorus.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and that's where Gene Hoglan is just a fucking beast.
Yeah.
He's a fucking beast. I mean, some of these songs, even like Arena War of the Immortal Masters.
Yeah, I love the names of these.
Me too, but it's so funny because they have such like off the wall names, but like I said, sometimes the lyrics stay close to home.
Yeah, yeah.
And for instance, in that one, I even mentioned in the review, he sings the line, "We will defy the laws of gravity; they will behold our majesty." It's like a power metal song almost. Right, it makes you go like, "Fuck yeah, motherfucker!" Oh man, then you get to the one instrumental.
Yeah, Danger Tits.
Danger Tits. Come on, Danger Tits, obviously. And then the song that had been released first is the song "On My Way," which completes the album. And I remember hearing that song the first time and thinking, like, I really like this song, but how is this going to flow in the course of an album? Right. And it's the perfect closer to the album. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about how awesome this fucking album is. It's unreal. Brendon Small is the fucking man right now. Mm-hmm. And I really hope he tours behind this somehow, because if he played 5 shows in our area, I would see 5 shows.
Absolutely.
I would want to see him play this album front to back.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to go about that. If he's going to... I mean, because he's still going to do Death Clock stuff as well.
Yeah, he's still doing Death Clock stuff.
So I wonder how he's going to go about that.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything or read anything that indicates he wants to tour behind it, but I really hope he does.
Yeah.
Because that would be awesome. And, I'm never going to say that we don't love Death Clock. Obviously, Death Clock is one of my favorite bands. I think one of yours. And they have the 2 fastest selling death metal albums of all time. But, if this is what he's going to do...
It's so refreshing. This is just such new stuff compared to, what we're used to with Death Clock. So that's what I really liked.
Yep. But he fucking did it. It would be stupid not to make Brendon Small's Galaktikon our band of the month.
Yeah.
And like I said, we can talk about Brendon Small all we want, but this project doesn't even... I don't know that it works without Gene Hoglan on the drums, because he has a very, very distinct style of playing.
Yeah, that's true.
And he does that gallop better than any drummer I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And if Brian Beller is not a name that you guys know, I mean, he's played with... I think he plays with Joe Satriani.
Yeah. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's been around, but if you aren't really versed on what he does, this album is going to make you go like, fuck, that guy can fucking play.
Yeah, definitely get familiar with his work.
And he's a really nice guy too. They're all nice.
Yeah, they're nice.
We were fortunate enough to meet them. I think we've mentioned that about 600 times.
Yeah, everyone's we know, guys, we know.
But looking back on those, meeting him at that point and how awesome he was, and then you listen to the way he plays, we had said that on Death Clock albums, they always make the joke that Murderface is turned down in the mix.
And
halftime he fake plays because it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah. This is not like that. This album is totally bass driven too. Mm-hmm. So
absolutely,
fuck. So get on the review. You can go buy the album on his website, brendonsmall.com. It is available in CD and MP3 format for now. The vinyl actually comes out mid-May, which I confess I just ordered my vinyl.
Yeah.
So,
and you said that's his website is the only website right now that you can
that's the only place I see it. It's all available through his site. It's not. I don't think it's on Amazon or anywhere else. I think he's completely doing this on his own.
You can't just walk into a store.
No, you cannot walk into a store.
Because that would hurt.
But actually, that is actually incredible. It looks like the download is available on Amazon, but no physical. No physical album on Amazon, just the MP3.
Physical or physical?
Physical. Right. It's $8.91 on Amazon MP3 for the album. When you buy it from his store, you can actually get the album comes with a download. So when you order the album, you can immediately download it while it ships. Same for the vinyl, and they have some T-shirts and shit. So get on that shit. Brendon Small's Galaktikon, a high-stakes intergalactic thrill ride.
Well, fair enough.
Fair enough. So that's all we got for today. We're gonna go do some other shit because it's late.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's pretty late.
Fucking tired, motherfuckers. We do this for you though. We're dedicated. So
I got like a 12-hour plane ride home.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Flying back to Asianica. But
AKA LA.
LA. I don't really have anything else to add. But I mean, one thing I do want you to know, Justin in particular, I mean you guys don't know this, but I don't play baseball. But I hit home runs everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. Huh. I don't play football, but I score touchdowns. Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.